Talk to Harold the H. Peacock-a-doodle-doo. He's going to tell the story of the Ipswich fruit shop owner mixed with royalty. This is going to be another good one. He'll come with some great heritage and history here. Let's talk to him. Good morning, Harold.
Yes, good morning, everyone. And this is a great story. Another fantastic Ipswich citizen. I love telling these stories.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this year, Danny...
Would you go for it? Yeah, go for it, young man.
Well, I will, because this year marks the 150th birthday of remarkable Ipswich Fruiterer. And I reckon probably the most royally exposed fruiterer in history. Now, his name is Joseph Henry Berkeley. He was born in 1875, which was the same year that his father got off a murder charge in Toowoomba. Now, Joseph's father was Mr. Archibald Berkeley, who was one of the biggest property developers of his time. Berkeley Sr. was famous for building hotels on the Darling Downs and was a staunch friend of the politician William Groome, who was the only transported convict ever elected to the federal parliament. Now, Joseph's father incredibly later sued, unsuccessfully I might add, the dead man who he was charged with murdering. But in another interesting side note, Joseph's uncle worked for Councillor John Ray, who was chairman of the Walloon Shire Council. The uncle was effectively worked to death when he died of sunstroke. And now Joseph's family got some sort of retribution not long afterwards when the councillor died having suffered a long and painful illness. Now, meanwhile, Joseph himself was a magistrate here in Ipswich and an officer of the Ipswich Fire Brigade. He was also the owner of a fruit shop on Nicholas Street in Ipswich and transformed the business into Berkeley's Cafe. Now, it was no ordinary cafe that we think of today, Danny, because it seated 250 people and provided for really big banquets. Now, one such big do was when the cafe hosted, in 1928, a huge event for the touring Great Britain Rugby League team. Everyone came. Now, the remarkable Joseph Berkeley was also an alderman on the Ipswich City Council and president of the Ipswich City Vice-Regal Band. This meant that he mixed it with royals and the Vice-Regal Governor and Governor-General. Danny, there's a great photo, which I'll post for you, of Joseph and his band with a Lieutenant Colonel Sir Matthew Nathan, who was the 13th Governor of Queensland, and Lord Henry Foster, the 7th Governor-General of Australia. Now, what's more, Joseph was Chief Marshal in charge of not one, but 3 royal visits to Ipswich.
Wow.
Which would be an Australian record. The first one was in 1920 when Edward, Prince of Wales, the future King Edward VIII, came to town. Then in 1927, there was Prince Albert, Duke of York, and his wife Elizabeth, who later became King George VI and the Queen Mother.
Wow.
And in 1934, when Prince Henry, Duke of Gloucester, the future Governor-General, visited Ipswich's Queen's Park and the Ipswich General Hospital. Now, through all that, Joseph did marry, although I don't think he had any children of his own, but he did suffer some loss when his nephew from Laidley was killed in action in New Guinea during the Second World War. But that whole amazing life is not bad, Danny, for an Ipswich fruit shop owner who easily mixed it with kings, queens, princes, governors and governor-generals. I believe that Joseph Berkeley is the most royally exposed fruiterer in world fruiting history. We've got to get onto the fruiting associations. And I don't think there's any doubt about that record.
Where was his shop?
In Nicholas Street.
Oh, Nicholas Street. Yes, go on.
Just in the middle of town there. Now, today, Joseph is buried in the Ipswich General Cemetery. And it's a real shame because there's nothing there to suggest the amazing public life that he did. Surely, Danny, some sort of plaque can be organised to commemorate Australia's greatest fruiterer. And he was right here in Ipswich.
You find them everywhere, don't you? You find them everywhere. Your knowledge of Ipswich. When are we getting this book done? Come on, councillors.
Well, up to 260 stories we've been together for on West Bremer Radio. 260. So there's a lot of books there,
and they're all about Ipswich, and they're interesting. And you've researched them. You just got to print the bludger. Come on.
Well, Danny, you can go to my website,
yes,
historyouthere.com, or it's History Out There's on all the socials,
yes.
Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, but. On my website, you can read all these 260 Ipswich stories, historyouthere.com.
And your sister Sophie is listening?
Yes, Sophie and Sophia and all the rest, they're all online listening. They're great followers of you, Daddy.
Well, I love Sophia. She seems to love tranquility.
Her brother. She loves her brother.
She loves her brother. He's a good bloke too. All right, mate. Lovely having you on the program. I really appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you next week about more Ipswich history right here on West Bremer Radio. It's 8:18.